Back. So I had another note about cults, kind of, that I thought was interesting, listening to the podcast and stuff. Indoctrination. I like that podcast. It's good. I like... Sometimes she has guests on the podcast where like, I know a lot about cults. And I'm like, yeah, it's not that interesting. And then she'll have someone on the show that's like, I was in a cult for 10 years. And I'm like, yes, that's what I want to hear. I want to hear people like, how? You were in a cult that made you castrate yourself or something? Like, how did that work? And then they come out and they're like totally normal. And I'm like, whoa. It does seem like it could really happen to anybody. Thought terminating cliches. This is an interesting concept that I've never heard of before. This is something that I guess happens a lot in cults to kind of thought terminating cliches. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a cliche that you say when when your brain has cognitive dissonance or you're in some kind of mental distress and you can't reconcile like two different things. So like, let's say a family member dies like in a horrible car accident and you go to church and they're just like, oh, God works in mysterious ways. That's a thought terminating cliche because you have this distress, like, why did this happen? And they're just like, oh, it happened because it happened. And it's, okay, well, God works in mysterious ways. I guess, like, that's why it happened. And you don't have to think about it anymore. How do I can't see. How do I get down there? Oh, I see. Ooh. Can he hit me on the ladder? Yep. Okay. Everything's all fuzzy. How did I do this before with health? This is hard. Or you say like, oh, it is what it is. If something happens that's like bad and you don't want to think about it anymore, you just go, oh, it is what it is. And then you don't have to think about it anymore. Which can be, I guess it's kind of framed like, oh, that's bad. And most of the time it probably is technically bad. But it could be good. Like, well, maybe you don't want to understand all the mysteries of the universe. And you just want to live your life. And you could just be like, oh, it is what it is. Why can't I see where to go? Where do I go? Can't see. It's got to be over here. Can I... Is there a thing to... I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I can't see because it's so sunny. Just kill me. I can't die. But I remember specifically, I don't know if I've ever talked about this, but I have it in my notes, and I kind of wanted to. So there was this time when I was on the beach with my dad, and I wanted to tell him something interesting. I was like, I just learned, this is a long time ago, I just learned that the reason why your fingers get pruny in water is so that you can grip things better. So it was kind of like an evolutionary thing where like we for some reason needed to hold things underwater, and so your fingers become pruny so that the water can kind of slide through the grooves and you can grab things easier. And I told my dad that, and he was like, oh, so that's why God did that. And I was like, that was a frustrating answer for me. Because I'm like, I guess, but that's like a thought-terminating thing. Religion is inherently thought-terminating. It's like, oh, why did this happen? Why did this happen? Well, God. Oh, okay. Then you don't have to think about it anymore. And you can kind of understand why like 1,000 years ago or 5,000 years ago, we used religion a lot more because there was a lot more things we didn't understand. So it was helpful to be like, how do you go through your day and you just don't understand literally anything that's happening to you? Why is the sun there? Why is the ground? What's grass? What's air? I don't understand any of it. Well, God. Oh, okay. Then you can actually get to work on practical things. And the kind of unknowable things aren't as distressing because you're just like, oh, well, I know. What problem is God? Whatever. Then your thought... That's the thing, is like, if your thought doesn't terminate, it keeps going until it gets to a conclusion. And like, if there is no conclusion, like you haven't invented science yet and you don't know the answer for things, then it's just going to keep going and going and going until you go crazy. So instead of it doing that, it goes and goes and goes, and it's like, well, what about God? Oh, God. And then it stops, and then you can have another thought about, like, what should I have for dinner today? But if you can't stop that thought, you can't eat dinner. You have to go down this ladder, and I don't freaking know where to go. I can't see. Okay, I know you go down here. Okay, good. And now I can't see anything. It's totally dark. What the? I know it's down here. Where do I go? I wonder what my guy's name is. What's his name? We never gave him a name. Is it Tunic? How much time do I have? 3 minutes? Is it okay if I wander around for 3 minutes? Because I don't want to look at the walkthrough. Let's wander around and try to find something cool. There's a lot of cool secrets in this game. And then I'll get to the boss tomorrow, I promise. Actually, I gotta pace myself because I don't want to finish this game too soon. That's not gonna happen. I'll probably finish it next week. And between this week and next week, I'm going to get all the secrets. But I really can't see anything that's happening on the screen right now. We're in the Quarry. The Quarry's cool. So do you understand the mechanic with, like, these crystals drain your health bar? Like, it doesn't drain your health. It makes the bar lower. So you can see my health right now is 0, pretty much. But because I have infinite health... I'm kind of ruining the game, but whatever. I'm having more fun. And isn't that the point of everything? Did I want to talk about Napoleon today? No. Thought terminating cliches. Yeah, I like that. I just kind of came up with a thesis there. Did you like it? Did you like my thesis? Oh, there's a treasure chest over here. Let's get it. Ow, stop it. Stop it, you guys. You guys. Stop shooting me. I remember this being frustrating when I had health. And I would not be having fun right now. But... Oh, the gun. I forgot about the gun. How did I forget about the gun? I never really liked the gun, but because it uses so much magic. Oh, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? That's what I say. I say that a lot. I'm like, well, what are you gonna do? Which is kind of true. I mean, what are you gonna do? If you can't do anything, then what are you gonna do, right? I definitely do thought terminating. Oh my god, did I just find the secret? Oh yeah, what's going on down here? Is this where I came from? Ooh. But yeah, that's a cool idea. Oh. Oh, those are the effigies. You want me to burn some effigies for you? Did I ever burn the effigies? I guess I did. Ready? Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, that's it. Right? What do you want to... tomorrow I'm going to talk about Napoleon. I do like these history books. I mean, I like learning about history. A lot of it is the history of war, which is interesting. But part of me, like, in reading it more is like, well, these idiots couldn't, like, figure out how to solve these problems without killing each other. It kind of, by making a book about war, you're kind of inherently glorifying it. Because you're saying, like, oh, this is super interesting, and this is important. And it is, but it's like, Napoleon is like a dick.